tank Y placed side by side to each other. Both the tanks were empty, so there's no water inside. Tank X is a cubical tank of base area 484. Now, what is a cubical tank? Cubical comes from the word cube, right? Cube means what? Cube means that all sides are equal, which means that the length here is equal to the breadth, which is equal to the height. This is what it means by a cubical tank. And it told us that the base area is 848. Now, at this point of time, right, stop. I told you all before that for longer questions, there is no need to read all the way through in the first round. Just from here, they told us that the base area of this cubical tank is 484. What kind of other information can we get from here? We can actually get the length, right, and the breadth, because it's a cube one. Cube means that all sides are equal, right? This is equal to this, equal to this. Since they said that this is equal to this and this one is 484, can we figure out the length here? Can we figure out the breadth? And can we figure out the height? Yeah. So from here, right, which is why I said don't read first. There is no point. Okay? Let's just go ahead and do this. In order to find the length, we have to square root 848. So if you square root 848, okay, what's that going to get us? If you throw that in your calculator, you take 484, not 848. 484, you square root, that will give us 22. So great, we have more information to put inside the figure right now. So all these are 22 cm, this will be 22 cm. Okay, so this 22, 22, 22, all this kind of stuff. Now, after you have done this step, right, then move on. With more information, you can look at the rest with greater clarity. Now, moving on, they said that when some water was poured into tank X, some of the water flowed into tank Y through the hole which was just above tank Y. Now, stop. At this point of time, right, they mentioned that they put in some water. When they put in some water, right, it actually filled up from here all the way to here before it overflowed from here into tank Y. Which means what? Which means that before it can overflow to tank Y, from here to here, it must already be filled with water. Correct? So from here to here, it must already be filled with water. And how much water? Do you see? This one is 9 cm. If this 9 cm means that this one is 9 cm, which means that this one is 9 cm, which means that tank X was filled with water until the 9 cm mark before it overflowed inside here. Why do I want to tell you this? Because I want to tell you that since we know the height of the water level here before it flowed into tank Y, we can find the amount of water in tank X first. So which is why I say at this point of time, stop. This information will be very helpful for you, definitely. See, I haven't even gone to the last portion yet, but why? Why do I not want to? It's because if I continue to read this, if I'm a student, not as a tutor, if I'm a student, I'm already afraid of long questions. If I continue to read it, I might not even be able to understand the information. So for parents who are watching this, right, try to stop your child from reading too much. Get all the information you can get first, then move on to the next part, then move on to the next part. Don't read everything, it will just scare them away. Now, and also, right, when you do this kind of working, right, you're going to get meta marks. So whether you even complete the question or not, right, you're still going to get meta marks. Is it better to get 2 or 3 out of 5 or 0 out of 5? Your choice. Now, at this moment in time, I'm going to stop here. So I want to find out the total amount of water in tank X before it flow over to tank Y. So I'm going to put amount of water in tank X. And that will be the height of the water multiplied by the base multiplied by the breadth. So it's 9 times 22 multiplied by 22, and that will give us 9 times 2 times 2, giving us 4356 ml water, or cm cube. It's the same thing. Okay, now that I already got this, then I move on. They said that some of the water flowed into tank Y. Okay. They said that some of this water flowed into tank Y, and therefore tank Y was 3/8 filled. Okay, so out of this 9 cm, right, 3 out of 8 of the 9 cm was filled with water. And then they mentioned that there was a total of 8217 ml water in 2 tanks. Why do I want to do this? Because here, 4356 is the amount of water in tank X. And I know that some water are inside here. And it told us that total amount is 8217. So what can I do at this point of time? I can just take the total volume of water minus this amount of water that's inside, which I calculated to be 4356, to find the volume of water that's actually inside here. Correct? Which is why I keep on asking you all, do not proceed. Get all the information you can get first. Do not be hasty. Now, I'm going to do the next portion, which is amount of water in tank Y. So amount of water in tank Y would be 8217 minus 4356. So I'm going to throw that inside my calculator, and then I'm going to get 3861 ml of water. Now, which means that in tank X is 3861 ml of water. This is great because this 3861 ml of water is 3/8 of the tank. So with this, they ask us to find the capacity of the tank Y. Easy, right? Because, right, if it's 3/8 tank, 3/8 filled, it is this much. How to find out the capacity of the tank when it's 8/8 filled? Which means that right now I can just write 3 units will be 3861. I want to find out total capacity. I have to find out 8 units. So I have to find 8 units. So it will be this divided by this multiplied by this. This method I taught you all 10,000 times already. So please, it's a brilliant method. So 3861 divided by 3 multiplied by 8. Just use your calculator and you're going to get 10296 ml of water. Okay? So for parents who are watching this, so remember, sometimes it is difficult to translate the information inside here into working. So before you translate the information inside here into working, translate them into the figures over here. So once you have the figures over here, try to think of a strategy first. And if you are unable to think of a strategy for your kid, or if your kid is unable to think of a strategy, doesn't matter. Let them do the working. Okay? The working itself, which is why I keep on doing this. I wrote the statement, I wrote the arrow, I wrote the statement, I wrote the arrow. The working over here will slowly guide your child towards strategizing an answer for this question. And also think about it. Even if you do not find the final answer, you do not have the last statement, this is at least worth 2 marks. Okay, it is at least 2 marks, depending on the marking scheme of the teacher. So which is why I asked, is it much better if you get 2/5 or 0 out of 5? Your choice. Alright, done.